Up next, best wall ride. And for this, we move to the famous inside bank of Irwindale Speedway. The ideal run is to get as close to the outer zone objects as possible without hitting them. Hitting the objects hard or coming up too short will result in deductions from the judges. Drivers will receive points for maintaining angle, smoothness, and proximity. Judges cannot award zeros. Once again, each driver will be judged by 3 peers and receive a maximum of 100 points per judged run. With Jim Lau, co-founder of Formula Drift and president. Jim, we have the best wall ride, so talk to us about what the goals here are.
Yeah, you know, we're isolating one section of the Irwindale course, which is the inner bank. And it's a vital part of a typical competition, and we really want to treat it like it was part of the competition. How aggressive is the driver coming into the section, how consistent they are holding and going through the course, how fluid they are, and really how much control they have in this section. The noodles act just really as a prop to get them not so close to the wall, but still give them a reference point. So we'll see how consistent the drivers are doing in this section, and you know, again, it's a very important part of this course, and so we'll see how these guys do.
Perfect, Jim, thank you.
Yeah.
The first driver up, and this is the best wall ride. Your purpose is to not hit the noodles. Don't knock them over. Hit it too hard, that's a point deduction. If you knock it over, definite point deduction. They're all standing, so well done, Dylan. Michael Essa, JTP, and Ryan Turk all watching. And Dylan just killed that. All the noodles are still in their rightful place where they started before Dylan went out on this track. So Dylan coming in, he must be coming in with a really high score. We're gonna wait to see what the 3 drivers judge him. Man, so 2 runs,
yeah,
and all noodles were in their original position.
Really?
Yes!
So I don't know if that means I was like way far off of them, or like hopefully it was close, right?
I think it was really close. I think what you did was really, really close. A high score.
Sick.
So, you know, as the first driver out, you have the highest score right now, and you're leading.
First place.
Great job, Dylan. Just went out for his first run, and because you can't give zeros, he's at a 15. So unfortunate, really low scores for Ryan Literal.
Mike, what did you get? 10.
Ryan Literal is going out for his second run. I know that he really wants redemption here. Dylan Hughes set a really high standard with 521 points. So I feel like this wall ride is very, very challenging because you guys normally know the distance between your car and the wall, but you're being asked to come off the wall a little bit. Is that more of a challenge?
The challenge about it is that we're used to linking it from the big bank to the inner bank. So now you have to judge proper speed and line, having to grip through the bank and then initiating halfway through that transition point. So you have to make sure you're at the right speed, at the right line, and be able to initiate at the right point to get at that higher line, but like you said, not too high where you're bearing and taking out the cones and stuff.
Right.
So it is very challenging.
Yeah.
I hope I did okay.
Yes, you did. Your second run was judged definitely higher than your first one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I had to pull out of that one. I wasn't committing to that one.
Safety first, right? Good job, Ryan. thoughts on that one?
That last one, he was like a micromillimeter off of that last one. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a, what did he give him? Let me see. I'm gonna say a good old fashioned 9.0.
Yeah, that was a good run.
That was solid.
Yeah.
I don't know what he could have done better. I should have given more, maybe. I don't know.
Well, do you make up for that on the second score?
We'll see. If he kills it, we'll see.
Okay.
It's up to Odie now.
It's up to Odie.
The ball's in his court.
What are your thoughts on that one?
Wow, that was legit.
That was good,
Yeah.
huh?
I thought, yeah, that was impressive.
Wow, really impressive. That's a big score, JTP. Yeah. 90s?
Hey, you know, if you earn it,
Yeah.
you earn it.
Yeah. Odie, you're crushing it.
Oh, thank you.
That was so good. So your second run, well,
Uh-huh.
your first run was awesome. Your second run was amazing, and
Sweet.
you got high 90s
Really?
from all the guys.
Awesome. So I feel pretty good about working so hard on this thing. It's a pleasure to drive this thing on the track.
Good. And how challenging was that? Because you guys are normally, your back end's right on the wall, but you have to come off.
Yeah, it's a weird visual. You know, we usually, when we get really close to the wall, you kind of feel it, and you feel touching it a little bit, and then you know you're good. Just lock it in and ride the rest of the wall. Here, you think you locked it in, and then you're like, I think this is where I need to be, and you just got to say, I'm locked in, and just stay here the rest of the wall.
Right.
Because you just got to kind of keep that distance to not knock over the noodles. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely an interesting challenge.
Good. Well, well done, Odie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ryan, with Rad Dan out on the track, tell me what you just saw him do.
I saw that he had a pretty nice run up to it. I saw that he started to drop off a little bit towards the end, though, and didn't completely stay on the wall as long as he should have.
Okay.
But great effort for his first run.
We're going for round number 2. He's just getting set up here, checking out that bank, a little initiation to set him up, and let's see on that inner bank how it's going. Practice days out here in Irwindale, but I would imagine that those aren't helping you right now with those noodles.
This one's a little different, and turns out you want both your runs to make a score. Going back to round 1, I didn't realize that. Wasn't paying attention all the way, so I tried to do 2 conservative runs, and I think I got a little closer on the second run, so hopefully I got some points.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I saw the guys. I missed what they gave you for
Yeah,
the
but
first
we'll
run,
find out
but
later.
You got points, and the second one I feel was a really great run for you too.
Thank you, high five.
High five. Chris has also had a couple of track days out here at Irwindale, and so you can see on his social media there's a couple of photos where he's just dragging that back bumper, and he's so close. I'm kind of wondering if that's a little bit of a disadvantage right now. We'll see. Second run coming up.
This is definitely the splash zone right here.
Chris Forsberg behind us. What are your judging criterias coming around here?
Well, I like seeing the car lock in and stay that way, meaning that it doesn't waver away from the wall, getting closer,
That's a big one for me, and honestly the angle that you lock in and keeping that angle, that's kind of tough for me as a driver, so I'm kind of judging everyone else on that same thing too. So momentum is the third one. So all those three together, it seems pretty simple. It gets difficult.
At Irwindale, this last couple of months, you've been dragging your back bumper when we're here for practice days. I was wondering, is that a little bit of a disadvantage for you now because you have to come off the wall?
Yeah, almost. You know, every time we come here, the goal is the wall. Now it's like trying to pace yourself a few feet off with something that's very, very soft to the touch. If you touch it, it flips over. So trying to like gauge the wall with only 5 markers instead of one continuous wall is a little tough. So it was a fun challenge.
Okay, are you happy with your second run? Because there was high scores, very high scores in your second run.
Oh, great, yeah, it felt really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All
Good
right.
job, Chris. So let's talk about your judging criteria, because you
We're
went.
just trying to get him to like not knock it all the way over, you know, like just graze the end of it.
Yep.
It was
Overall.
just like the initial gut feeling. Boom.
Okay,
Write
good.
a score down.
I think that's
'Cause
the smartest way
otherwise
to
I'll
go.
overthink it, you know.
Yep.
I was thinking like the way he entered, his car was doing some weird thing, but I guess I shouldn't even think about that. So I'll give him a good score.
I
on
don't
the
know.
second
Isn't
one.
that part of it though?
I know, but
How
I think
you-
it's just a wall ride, and he did pretty dang good. So it should have been like an 84.
Well, let's see how
Let's
it
see
goes
how he
second
does
run.
this one. Yeah.
Steinberg's second run out here, so we're going to watch how he enters. And again, commitment is the name of the game here.
How'd I do?
You did so good.
All right, because I needed to pick my score up from the other competition.
I know. So you came in with a score of 521. Odie has a score of 546.
Okay.
So there's a few points difference there, but
But I closed the gap a little bit.
you did. Yes, you did. And you did a great job your second run.
Woo!
Were you more comfortable out there?
I'm getting more comfortable. Every
Love
time I take a lap in this thing, I'm getting more comfortable with it.
So glad to hear that. Good. Good luck, Ryan.
Thank you, guys.
Did he come off a little bit too far?
Yeah, he was down to like the single hash mark on that one. And then since this is like a pretty typical run for us, it's like this should be the easiest one for everybody. So we kind of got to get a little harsh with the numbers. You can hear him just screaming the limiter, trying to hold the speed up, but like his approach just drove him away the whole time. So just like the commitment is like what you need to, because you kind of have to come in with the momentum to keep you out in these last two. The last two are the hardest ones to hit.
and you know you're up to like top gear, start the initiation, but you're gonna go around the bank. Those noodles, man, are they more challenging than they look?
I think it's just because they're really hard to see. The wall is like very prominent. It's easy to see, so it's easy to place the car right on the wall. And if you get into the wall, you can feel it and kind of gauge it. The noodles is just kind of very arbitrary, and like I said, they're hard to see, so it's challenging for sure.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Give me your early thoughts.
It was decent. He didn't have a ton of commitment coming in, shallow angle. I'm generally giving everybody a 90.
Start at 90 and then work your way down.
Up or down from there.
Okay.
Everybody's a pro here. They deserve a 90 to start with.
Hey, I like it. The second run better?
That was way better.
Way better.
Second run was way better. A lot more commitment, good angle. He really nailed these last 3 pool noodles. Like, he was pretty much perfect, not in them, not far away from them. That was one of the best runs I've seen.
Excellent. Thank
So
you.
far.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Justin, I saw a lot of really great scores in there, and Ryan Turk told me that he felt that you were totally committed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, just throttle down and like no lift, just get after it, you know?
Jim, what do you think about the scores right now?
Well, Odie's in the lead, and Dai is last up. Odie got the best of Dai in the last one, so let's see if Dai can get Odie on this one.
It's a 5-point disparity, so like he's got 546. He's got to be in that 535, 540 area.
I think I undervalued that run.
Yeah, I mean he's got 252 right now, so he's like a little under 300 points behind. So it's gotta be a good one.
That was just very, very smooth. So his line was really consistent all the way through, which I'm guessing Odie's was too. But yeah, I think Dai does have an advantage because he's on that right side of the car and he can see the cones, where I know all the guys on the left-hand side, like myself, you're kind of gauging off of the wall because you can't see the cones because they're so low.
Dai, right now there are 25 points difference between you and Odie. So you two have been so close this entire competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so drag race. We have that drag race competition coming up. What do you think your chances are?
I don't want to be a candy ass, but it's going to be pretty low because I'm always having a hard time like launching. So yeah, I don't think I'll be that fast, but I'll do my best.
Okay.
But 1,000, that's a great number.
Yep.
I take that over 1,025.
Would not.
Let's go drag race.